Hello friends, today's topic is more Starbucks layoffs. Let's rant.
Here I am with another Starbucks rant. You know what I find funny? In my notice of layoff, they said that I would lose my Spotify benefits, my premium Spotify benefits, within 2 weeks. Do you think that it was 2 weeks? No, let's say 2 days. They also deleted apps off of my phone. My partner numbers stopped working. I couldn't log into anything. They said 2 weeks, but the system really said right now, like right now. Now, here's the tea. In that exact same email, they stated that I will receive my severance letter within 8 business days. 8. But I want to know, how come the benefits disappeared instantly, but my severance package is taking its sweet time? Where's that same energy when you were snatching benefits? You didn't even give me a chance to mourn my premium Spotify. It was there and then poof, it was gone. So now I'm just sitting here hoping that when I wake up, my severance letter is signed, sealed, delivered. Because I'm gone. And y'all move fast with everything else, like shutting down the store, deleting my Spotify. Let's move fast with my funds too. Thank you.
Great reconstructing, I've talked about this before, is taking place. It has everything to do with AI. What's interesting is the iconic Starbucks in Seattle, I think it's in Seattle, and they had this iconic Seattle roastery. And all of a sudden, that Starbucks is closing. But there are many stores that are being laid off. Almost 900 non-retail employees will be laid off. The Great Reconstructing is what we call what they're doing to replace positions with AI. Now, people was wondering at the start of this administration why so many people in a lot of state, local governments was losing their jobs. I truly believe that there is a reconstructing that is taking place because AI is a priority with this administration. We all know what AI is going to lead to. We've all talked about it concerning biblical prophecy, and we know ultimately that AI has very quickly rose to the occasion and is implemented in our everyday lives. Prepare between 12 to 18 months from today. Be prepared. There's going to be more large layoffs because of all of these different major corporations. What they're doing is they're looking at what jobs are being duplicated. And if any job is being duplicated, they're going to replace it with AI. With Starbucks, they not only is letting go of corporate employees, but even your baristas and things of that nature. This is major. AI is going to be second nature. I've been seeing there is another coffee that is like company that's on the rise where you can order it right with the machine and it gives it to you right out the machine. You pay right there and you go on your way. So that in itself tells you what is to come. When you go into a lot of the CVS's, they have where you can pay right with the machines. A lot of places are going to that. Walmart started it back some time ago before AI was really on the rise. But Starbucks, to close these layoffs, workers, this is like a $1 billion reconstructing plan that they are doing. We know indefinitely where AI is going to lead us, the road that we are going down. And this is so tricky. This is so tricky because in our everyday lives, we are getting used to using AI in some type of way in our lives. AI is being used. When you look at a lot of these college kids, AI gets them they work done in a matter of seconds and minutes. I'm kind of pissed that we didn't have AI. Because baby, imagine if we had AI. We having to cite our sources and all that. Meanwhile, you really have to think how large of an industry coffee is. This is such a large industry, and people of all types of everything drink coffee daily, multiple times a day. So the mere fact that Starbucks is closing and closing stores, the mere fact that they're closing stores and doing mass layoffs, we know that coffee is a huge industry in which, what is it, brew? I don't know, the 7 brew is like on the rise. So it's not necessarily coffee is not doing well or the company is not doing well. I believe wholeheartedly that they are making room for AI. Next movement for these 5 to 10 more years is going to be the tech industry. A lot of the jobs that have been a priority in society is not going to be a thing anymore because AI has been on a rise and it is vastly growing. So if you are looking for an industry to get into, jump into tech. I don't care how you get into it, but jump into tech because that is going to be the new wave. Talking about end times though, let's do a switcheroo. When we think about AI in the end times, AI is going to take over industries in every way possible. With that being said, we have to be mindful of what AI entails in totality. We are headed for some really scary times where computers will be running our world. It will no longer be humans. And I recall Elante Dante Reeves saying this. He said the humans, we wasn't that smart. Who? I'm not fooling with Elante. I'm not going to fool with him. I recall him saying this. Somebody went lying. That's it. That's all.
So Starbucks announced today that they plan to close hundreds of stores and that they're laying off workers. They said they'll be laying off like 900 people, and these people are non-retail employees. Starbucks is saying that if locations are closing, that baristas are going to be offered another Starbucks to go to and severance packages. The bulk of closures of the Starbucks stores will be in North America and Canada. I should have said the US and Canada. The UK, Austria, and Switzerland, they are going to have some stores close as well. Starbucks will notify the employees on Friday, which is tomorrow, 9/26/25, September 26, 2025. They'll let them know tomorrow if they still have their jobs, or if their positions are being eliminated, I should say. So Starbucks is saying they plan to spend $1 billion on restructuring, and that includes $150 million on employee separation benefits, and that they plan to spend $850 million on store closing and the closing out of leases. So this is bad news for Starbucks employees.
Starbucks is closing 34 locations in one day in New York City. So right now, Starbucks is under $1 billion restructuring. So what does that look like? Well, Starbucks and their new CEO, Brian Niccol, who many of you will remember unfavorably from what he did to Chipotle the last year that he was there, where he went all over TV and told everybody that they hadn't decreased the portion sizes and that they weren't charging more for the food, even though the food had like 3x since the time that COVID started, and the portions were like laughable when you'd order online. Now that he's been out, the portions have kind of gone back to normal. Thank you, Starbucks, Chipotle for doing that. But he went over to Starbucks now. And so they're going to be laying off all these workers, closing all these locations. And basically the plan for Starbucks is to do what they call a third space effect. If you don't know what a third space effect, it's this. So you have your home, you have your work, and then you have to have a third space businesses believe that you spend your time in. Now, gyms are a third space. Starbucks wants to be the third space that you hang out in. So they're trying to get away from the model where you just quick pop in, grab your coffee and leave. They're trying to get you to stay there and spend more money. So they're trying to refurbish at about $150,000 a store, a whole bunch of stores, to make them more welcoming. They're also having the baristas write on the cups, have to do a bunch of greeting meetings, all this kind of stuff. The baristas who are already incredibly overworked don't like this. There's been a ton of videos already on social media from people that are like, this is so stupid. People just want to get their coffee and go to work. I understand the model that Starbucks is trying to go to, and the tagline that they're trying to do is that Starbucks wants to be the best customer service company in the world. The problem with that is if you look at other great customer service companies like Costco, like In-N-Out, like Chick-fil-A, that have incredible customer service and train it, and even though they are franchised, are able to put that out and maintain it, is that people are not in an incredible rush to do things at this location. Yeah, you want to get your burger, but if the staff is friendly at Chick-fil-A or at In-N-Out, it doesn't take that extra 20 seconds to be friendly for them to ask you your name, for them to wish you have a good day. There is this at Starbucks. Starbucks is also trying to push towards more gluten-free and protein options because they've surveyed people that think they want that. Honestly, if I'm getting Starbucks, I want a coffee and a pastry. I want to be out as fast as humanly possible. Have that thing ready on the counter once I've pulled up, ordered it from the app, so it's ready to go so I can get out of there. And I just don't think that, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a lot of folks that want to sit in Starbucks and chill all day, but already from all the messages that I got from previous Starbucks videos from their employees telling me the baristas are incredibly overworked, the new ordering system is a mess, takes even longer to get orders out now. They're very frustrated, they feel very underpaid, and I think that Starbucks is going the wrong way with a lot of this kind of stuff. They really need to look at what they're doing, because this is the model. People want their coffee fast, and that's why they go to Starbucks and the drive-thrus and all this kind of stuff. And if you make it much more complicated and you make it much more steps, people are not going to want to do it. But let me know, am I wrong? Do you guys think that people want to spend a lot more time in Starbucks?
What again?
Damn, that sucks to be laid off at this time. It's hard right now finding a job. Good luck out there. What do you think? Comment down below, and thank you for watching.